Hey everybody, it's Terina. How are you guys today? It is Saturday, the 24th of May. Welcome to the Stars and Stripes event over on the DIY Arts and Crafts Room. If you didn't see Michelle and Monique, they're over there on replay. And then after me will be Wendy at Chocolicious. We have a lineup of amazing creators all day. Sorry. I haven't talked all day, but maybe a couple things, and all of a sudden I have a tickle in my throat. I'm so sorry. But today everybody is going to be sharing. I'm just going to sprinkle this out real quick. Mm, Sorry, sorry. My phone, I had it on silent and it went through. Sorry, you guys. So if you're here, I'm just going to sprinkle this out real quick. If you're here, make sure you say hello. Yesterday, I had a heck of a time. I had no audio, and then my feed just went dead. And so I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that nothing like that happens again. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure I've got it into the right groups. Again, if you're here, if you don't mind sprinkling this out, I would appreciate that so much. Mm, I don't know why it's not coming up. It won't even let me share into my own group. So I don't know I'm telling you, Facebook is funky. Hi, Miss Nikki. Hi, Victoria. I know yesterday did not work. I don't understand what was going on. It was so crazy. So crazy. So if you're here, if you don't mind sprinkling out, I would appreciate that so much. And let me know that you can hear me. Okay, I think I figured it out. All right, you guys. I'm gonna put the iPad away now and get on to my project because it's a lot. It's a lot of a project. 4 transfers. That's what I pulled. So this is the one that gave me the inspiration. I'm going to do a door hanger. And like I said, today is all about stars and stripes. Yay, I'm so excited. Thank you. This is all about stars and stripes, and we're getting ready for Memorial Day this weekend, and then we're also getting ready for the patriotic holidays. 4th of July and Labor Day, all the things, right? So this is like a big weekend. We're a big military family, and so I love the patriotic holidays that we could celebrate our country. And so this is the second one, but I need your help in the comments. I'm going to show you, and you're going to pick either Freedom, 4th of July, or Stars and Stripes. It doesn't matter which one, but you guys are going to choose. So, not that I don't love red, white, and blessed. I really want either red, white, and freedom, red, white, and 4th of July, or red, white, and Stars and Stripes. Okay. So, we're going to use a banner. You guys have seen, oh, where's that? The banner. I've used the banner before, and I did 4th of July on the banner. So it's going to be something similar to that. So it's either going to be red, white, and freedom, red, white, and the 4th of July, or red, white, stars and stripes. You pick. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. So please pick in the comments freedom, 4th of July, or stars and stripes. And you could do 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Okay. Freedom, 4th of July, and stars and stripes. So we'll get to that point. Okay. So that's 3 transfers. And then I'm actually going to work in weave-in. And I've used this several times already. I love it. I just need a little bit of texture on my door hanger. So I love that. We're going to use that. So I've got stars and stripes, 4th of July, and a couple freedom. I saw a couple freedom. One. Thank you guys. Thank you. Sorry, I'm also getting over a cold. And of course, when I start when I start talking, it sounds like I'm terrible, but I'm not. I feel great. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. I loved your shirt too, Michelle. It was so cute. Using the same transfer. I used bleach for mine. I think I've got resin on my scissors. That's a story for another day. I've been trying to do something with the resin, and I had an experience. So I'll have to tell you guys on another day. But I'm going to give you all of my expertise on resin and show you the right way and not the wrong way. Anyway, so I wanted to ask you a couple questions. So it is Memorial Day on Monday, and Memorial Day is when you remember those who have served our country, died for our country, that type of thing. And do you have experience? Like, are you guys military? Um, are you guys? My dad served in the Army. He was drafted at 19, and he served in Vietnam. And so I think it's a Toby Keith song where he talks about Statue of Liberty starts shaking her fists. I can't remember the name of that song. If you know the name of that Toby Keith song, remind me, okay? Because that song reminds me. It's something about the 4th of July. It reminds me of my dad, and because there's a line in that song, I'm going to start painting. I'm just grabbing. There's a line in that song that says, "My dad served in the army where he lost his right eye. Was in the army and did his medical school." Oh, that's awesome. So he didn't have to pay. He didn't have to pay for medical school. That is brilliant. Brilliant. Your husband is brilliant. Well, so my dad was in the army and he did lose an eye. He was injured in Vietnam, and he actually had a glass eye. So that song always reminds me of my dad. So my husband, let's see, yes, we are military family, newer generation. So I have nephews that are in the army. I have two nephews actually who are in the army. I have one who was actually he got injured and was released from the army. Discharged. He got injured. Um, he wasn't in like fighting or anything. He wasn't. So we're grateful for that. I'm gonna come down just a second. I'm using painter's tape just because I'm gonna paint with. Let's see, let me come down here. And then we'll check it because I'm just painting down here. My nephew got injured. He hurt himself, and so they discharged him. But he was not, luckily, not fighting in a war or anything. All right, let me see if that. And then I want to make sure that this is red, white. It might cover some of this down here, and I'm okay with that. All right. So still, tell me, do you want red, white, and freedom, red, white, and 4th of July, red, white, stars, and stripes? Tell me which one, 1, 2, or 3. Okay, let me paint this. Uncles in World War II. My dad was in Vietnam. Both of my grandfathers, my one grandpa had a disability and was not able to be in was not able to fight or be enlisted in World War II. My other grandpa was in the Navy and stationed in San Diego during World War II, and then um, they were on the younger side, so they weren't older. They weren't like old enough to go in earlier. I guess if that's what I remember. And so, but my one grandpa, he had some medical conditions that didn't allow him to be in the military. And so, but my other grandpa was in the Navy, and he served until after World War II. After that was over, so he joined after they already started. So the war had been going for a while. But like I said, my grandfathers were on the younger side. Sorry, you have to watch paint dry. It's all the process, right? So, like I said, I have two nephews that are active military right now. One is in Arizona, and the other one is in Hawaii. But he and his family have been all over the country, stationed everywhere. Okay, let me grab my heat tool. My father-in-law was in the Navy as well. He's a little older than my dad, and but when my mother-in-law and father-in-law were married, he served in the Navy. And my mother-in-law actually just passed away last month, and we were going through all of their papers. And my husband and I got my father-in-law's naval discharge papers, his DD 214s and stuff, which I have all of that for my dad and my stepdad, and I love all of that. And so I want to I want to do something to honor that because it's really important. My dad, like Victoria, I see that your dad got the hit the Purple Heart. My dad got the Purple Heart too. I actually have my dad's flag that was on his casket, and I have his Purple Heart. It's in a very safe place in my house. But again, I feel like it's being hidden away. All right, we're gonna dry this. I did a second coat just because it needed it. Set that aside. We're probably going to use that again. Yes, Wendy, thank you. I just looked back at the messages because I knew I was missing a few. Thank you. Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. That is exactly the song. I sing it in my head all the time, but it totally reminds me of my dad. And, my parents and my grandparents all belonged to, I don't know if, like, we didn't serve in the military, although I think I can be a member of this organization. Um, we didn't serve in the military, and so I don't know if we're able to be part of this service organization. But it's called AMVETS. And as a kid, my parents were heavily involved in AMVETS. It's a military service organization, and so I grew up having this huge, like, love and respect for people of the military. And we would, a lot of our weekends were spent serving members. Oh, this is not dry all the way. Serving at military homes, retirement homes, and stuff like that. We would serve a lot of people like that all the time. Lots of service done by my family over the years. All right. Now I'm putting wax. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of like talking and not explaining. I'm using wax because we're going to be using a transfer over this, and I don't want it to stick and pull that paste up. Okay, pull this up. Beautiful. Look at that. That looks great. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm trying to like do the base first, and then we will do the rest. So we're going to do this at the top, this weave-in at the top. I feel like I'm a little crooked. And now I've got the hiccups, you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm a hot mess. It's a day. Let me move all the stuff. I feel like I'm crafting in like a 2-inch space. All right. So I'm going to do this in silver because I feel like the silver is going to be, I don't want it like in your face, kind of bright, because we're going to be putting words over this. Okay. So we're just going to use the shimmer silver. Yeah, I like I said, I grew up with just this love and respect for our military, and honestly, none of my kids decided to serve in the military, and that's fine. But I would have been happy if they wanted to. The only one that was thinking about it was actually like what Michelle's husband did, because he went into the medical field. He actually was thinking about going in so that he could do medical um, in the military. And life took him a different way, which was fine, but we were happy either way. I do have a cousin who, her and her husband are both retired, and we go visit them in Texas. They are retired military, but Alex, her husband, is a PA, a surgeon, and he still actually serves as a surgeon in the military. And she runs a pediatric clinic for military spouses and children. And she's a nurse. So see, I love that because it's not like so super bright. It's not in your face. And if you guys are here, make sure that you are following along. If you're over in the DIY Arts and Crafts room, make sure that you refresh after me so that you'll see all of the different creators today. Let me try that. Okay, I feel like I've got like that base down now, so that's nice. All right. So let's grab the little banner. We're gonna got things falling all over. I'm telling you, Michelle, you and I, hot mess side sisters. So I'm not really sure what I want to do with this exactly, but my thought was that I would paint it because I feel like it gets a little lost. But let's do red, white. Okay, did you guys pick yet? Red, white, red, white. Let's see, hold on. Red, white, and freedom. You guys got to help me out. Red, white, and freedom. 4th of July. Start. Everybody put something in the comments. Red, white, and freedom. 4th of July and stars and stripes. Which one would you want? And I think freedom has 2 already. I'm going to go back and look. Hi, Shay. How are you, friend? Your uncle was a fighter pilot. Wow. So my number 2 son was actually he was supposed to go in. I've got 2 for stars and stripes, 2 for freedom, 2 for stars and stripes, 3 for freedom, 2, 2 for 4th of July. It might be freedom actually. It might be freedom. All right. So red, white, and then I think what I'm going to do is paint that white as well. Okay. Yeah, I kind of think the same way. Like it's not just 4th of July. Okay, Nikki says freedom. Okay. So I think we're going to go with freedom. I think Shay's right. I like the idea that I can just put it up all the time. So here's another thing too, is I actually might think about doing that in blue. No, I still think I want it in white. But this is the ribbon that we're going to be using. Okay. So we're going to paint this. I'm going to paint this. I think I'm going to paint it white. Just do like I did the other one. Like I said, there's a lot of painting today, guys. I do apologize. Did I remember the song that you said the courtesy of the red, white, and blue? Yeah, I sing it in my head all the time. I just couldn't remember the name of it. but I appreciate I appreciate you being my brain because I couldn't remember. Mm. Like I said, thank you so much. I love that song. All right, I'm just using now. If you have white acrylic, you can totally use that. I'm just using my chalk paste because that's what I got. You guys, I have to tell you, I have not opened so much paste, like new paste, in a long time. I've been running out of my paste, and because it's a good thing though, because I keep using it. A lot of people ask, like, how long does paste last? Well, if you don't use it, it's going to last you a while. But I use my paste. So it depends on the project. I go through white a lot, white and black quite a bit. Um, but I just opened 3 new different blues. I actually have used 2 of I always get, whenever there's a color of the month, especially if I love that color, I will get at least 3 jars of it because I know I will go through it. And I just opened my third home, which is this month isn't even over, and I've already used 2 jars of it. Yes, yes, Nikki, I love that song. But I'm telling you, it just reminds me of my dad because of the words. And my dad died. Um, he died in June of 2001, and so that song came out right after he died. So like I said, every time I hear it, I'm like, it just reminds me of my dad. Just gotta touch up some spots. Didn't get it all the way. A little bit of water. So again, if you guys are here, thank you so much. Make sure you're following all of our creators pages. We all go live. We all share lots of different projects. So we would love for you guys to follow along with us. Yeah. All right. Let me dry this one more time. Okay. So I'm going to put this aside because this needs to be really dry before we use it again. Okay. Let me find a place I can stick it. All right. So we'll do this after because I want to get to this. This is going to take a second. All right. Phew. I'm going to sit down for a second. I love these type of like bannery type. I think I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it that way. We're going to fuzz this because it's new. And we're going to get a little fancy. We're going to get a little fancy, guys. And I don't know if the song just reminds me of my dad because we were a very patriotic family. So, I mean, I think that has a lot to do with it. But it always, like, it kind of caught me off guard when he says, my dad served in the army where he lost his right eye. And I'm like, my dad lost his right eye. I don't remember which eye my dad lost, but he lost an eye in the war. And so I guess it just reminds me of that. We were very patriotic, that type of thing. All right. So I'm going to grab out all of my tools. It's going to take a few. We are going to use cherry, and I realized this is my last cherry, so I've got to get a new one. So this I'll be using the rest of that up. I do have now. I've got all of these. So this is cadet, and this is home. This is more of a matte navy, and this is more like a navy royal, which is cadet. This is colonial blue, and this is lakeshore blue. I actually had to open I guess I had to do four. I had to open four new colors today, plus white. So that's five new colors. So I'm going to try to incorporate all of these. I did do silver up here, which I'll probably incorporate silver in other places, but I also want to incorporate uh, some nominees. So I've got that out as well. And she's on her last. We probably got to open a new one of her too. All right. So I'm going to use silver again. And you'll notice this is not, all of it's not going to cover. So we're going to have to wash it and move it and continue. So I'm going to do this star in silver. And I don't even know how much time I have. I'm like thinking, oh, I can do this project really quick and then I'll have another one. No, I think this is going to take me a while. Because this is gonna be a minute. I just so appreciate you guys being here today. I do. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? Do you guys do anything? Honestly, we are doing a lot of honeydews around the house. Our son and daughter-in-law, they're getting married actually. Well, they already got married. We're just doing a ring ceremony and a reception for them. And that will be on Father's Day weekend. We're doing that. Right. I'm trying to be so careful. And I'm going to have to do the paste and peel because there's a lot of colors. Trying not to blend. I'm not doing ombre here, but you know, you know how things go. Sometimes it just ombres for you. All right. Show prep. Ah, awesome. Hi, Ange. Yeah, we've got a small show. Not this weekend, obviously, but next weekend actually. So I'll be doing, and it's not a It's not a product show, it is finished goods, which I don't do a lot of finished goods shows, but I'm grateful for finished goods shows because then I can get rid of or sell, not get rid of, sell the my finished pieces that I make for you guys here on my lives. That's pretty. That is really pretty. How far away is your show? I mean, is it in June? Tell me again. And which is it, the quilt show? Okay, I think I'm gonna do this is Lakeshore, or do I want to do Colonial? Because I'm gonna do home. Lakeshore, I think I want to do so hard. I'm gonna do like Colonial. And then I'll do that last. Again, I'm really trying to stay within the lines. This is one of those, I feel like when, I bake a lot, this is one of those recipes that's going to take a lot of utensils and a lot of bowls. And I'm okay with that because it's pretty. These multi-tools are very helpful. Multi-tools and detail tools are very helpful in projects like this. All right, let me put this to the side because we're going to use that again. And some of this might not even show because we're going to be doing that that banner right here. Oh, you guys look how pretty that is. Already so pretty. Oh, end of July. Nice. Okay. Looks great. All right, now let me open the home. Another detail tool. There we go. I do feel like I'm painting. Isn't that pretty? I'm going right up against that red. I wanted to try something really quick. See. Somebody said that we can actually use paintbrush. And I feel like sometimes I have more control with a paintbrush. So let's see. Oh, wouldn't you know? Look at that. Especially when I'm coming up against another color. Look what you learn every day. Learn something new. Hmm, that's really good. I might have to use a paintbrush more often. Okay. Oh, thanks. Look at that. That looks great. All right. Let's see. Where else am I going to use? Let's do this guy right here and then home. And then let's do, I think I'm going to repeat that somewhere. It's very therapeutic. That's for sure. Now, if you wanted to do this all in one color, you sure could. Let's see, am I going to do any other blue? I think I might want to do, is it outside star in blue? All right. Then there's times that you need a little stiffer. So you gotta get the detail tool. Like I said, I'm using all my utensils. What's funny? All right. That to the side. We'll come back to that in a minute. And then I want to do, I think I'm going to do gold here and then make that star gold. Another brush. My stomach is rumbling. It must be lunchtime. I'm like, I feel like I just ate, but my stomach tells me otherwise. And I appreciate you guys so much for being here. And make sure that you're over on the DIY Arts and Crafts room because we will be sharing all of the lives over there. So you just have to refresh after me and you'll see Wendy at Chocolicious. Let's sharpen that up a bit. Here we go. Here. That looks great. Let's see, where else do I want to do some gold? Maybe like that little outside ring. Oh, you know what we're gonna go do today as a family? We're gonna go watch Lilo and Stitch. I'm really excited. Well, the family that I have local, that's who's going. We're also a big Disney family, so there's that. All right, we'll save that aside. Thank you, Mel. Melanie's our last creator of the day. She's with MC Creations, and she'll be on at 2 o'clock my time. Let's see. Let's do this guy. All right. Pull that up. Yeah, that's so pretty. That's really pretty. And then let's do this. I'm trying to think what's going to go like over here. So this is going to continue this right here. And then this will go right here. So I'm just trying to think what's coming. What's next? Planning ahead. I do feel like I'm getting a little extra control. I feel like I'm using a little more paste. But in these like tight areas, especially this really intricate design, I really like that a lot. Okay. Oh, I'm like, where did I put my lid? Over there. Over there. All right, so let's do some red. Grab another brush. I love to watercolor, so this kind of gives me that watercolor feeling. After me is Wendy at Chocolicious, so make sure you guys. Oh, I've got 10 minutes, you guys. I. If I don't finish, I will do another video. I'll finish it up on a video and post the video for you. Because I don't want to eat into the time that Wendy's got. But this is one of those pieces that's so worth it. Let's see how that looks great. We've got crafters every hour on the hour. And I just don't want to take away from them. And again, just so grateful for our military and all of our military families, for those who served and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Just so grateful for them. Okay, there's that. There's that one. And then let's do this. So I remember on Memorial Day, I'm trying to remember like back what we used to do when we were kids. One of the things that we used to do on Memorial Day, and my grandfather was always in charge of this, was a flag burning ceremony. It was very like sacred and very, very spiritual feeling. Um, because you should never fly a flag that's been damaged, and it's you just shouldn't. I just learned that. And so if you have a damaged flag, we would collect them from our neighbors and stuff, and the people in the community. And then my grandfather would head up this flag burning ceremony. Um, people burn flags out of protest, but there's actually a way that is ceremonial to burn a flag, and it's not like unpatriotic. It's actually very patriotic. And we would do like a flag salute, and then of course everything has to go around food. So we had a pancake breakfast. And it was so cool. It was so cool. Um, we even got like the scouts involved and like the Boy Scouts. I did not have any brothers growing up, so but I do have four boys, and we were a part of um, the scouts. Michelle was saying that her son's graduating this week, and she's been doing all of the graduation stuff for him, and I remember all of that. Um, and how she feels like I feel like I'm graduating, and I'm like, trust me, I felt like I graduated 4 times from high school, 4 times from college, um, and then I got my Eagle Scout. I got every rank in Scouts because we're moms. That's what we do. Went to all the practices, went to all the games, all the things. That's so light right there needs to go through. Okay, let's do those stars now. So I think what I want to do is silver in all of these. Actually, oh yeah, no, I think I'm going to do silver. Thanks so much, Monique. Yeah, we don't normally go to the movies. Like that's not like I don't know. Since COVID and everything's been on TV, I'm just so lazy. I'll wait till it goes to a streaming service, because you pay for so many stinking free streaming services, right? Because after it's in the movies, I can pay Disney Plus or I could pay Prime to watch it on my 70-inch television. Okay, almost done with this, and I'll pull this up. All right. So far, so good. Look at that. So cool. You guys, that is so stinking cool. All right. I've got 3 minutes left. I am not going to start anything new. I'll go it actually gives me an opportunity to go wash my screen, and then I will continue this. I'll do a second video for you guys, okay? I'm gonna go here. Hello, friends. Hi. Okay, so after me is Wendy at Chocolicious, and I can't even pull this up to show you guys, but I'll do a second video and I'll post it and finish everything for you guys. This was a bigger task than I thought, but it's going to be so, so worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed today. And again, make sure that you're following over on the DIY Arts and Crafts room for all the amazing crafters. We've got Wendy and Dory Joe from Prairie Scraps. We've got, who am I missing? Yeah, no, Wendy, Dory Joe, and Melanie all coming up in the next 3 hours. So it's going to be so much fun. You guys, thank you so much for being here. This has been Terina with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.